Hey guys, it's Kaylee from K-Books and this is my wrap-up post for the month of May. I won't be doing a book haul for this week just because I don't have time to edit 2 videos, so I'm just going to do one next week, merging this week's books and the books I get next week, if I get any. So the majority of the books that I read in May were ebooks, so I'm just going to go through the actual hard copy books that I read first. So I read 4 hard copy books, but one of them has actually been sent off to a friend, so I don't have it to show you. So the first one that I read was Call of the Jersey Devil by Aurelio Voltaire. So this is a standalone novel. It's adult and it's like a horror parody type of thing. I really enjoyed this. I gave this one 4 stars. I thought it was really, really good. It's very different from anything that I've read before, but I really enjoyed it, and I was very lucky to actually go and meet Voltaire and get it signed when he was in the UK, and he was at Whitby for Whitby Goth Week, and I went to a reading and he read the first couple of chapters of the book, and he really needs to do an audiobook because he was just fantastic reading it out loud. It was amazing. This one, it's about 5 kids, 5 teenagers and a goth singer, and they're in New Jersey, and they actually think they're going to like a rock concert type of thing, and they find out that they're actually, it's the Jersey is like the gates of hell, and they have to sort of face the Jersey Devil. I really enjoyed it. It's funny, it's full of action, and I really enjoyed it. So if you like this kind of thing, or even if you don't, because it was very new to me, I would definitely recommend Call of the Jersey Devil. It was really good. The next one, which is also a Spencer Hill Press book, I read is Pods by Michelle Pickett. I absolutely adored this book. Again, I gave it 4 stars, but that's just because I felt that the blurb gives the majority of the story away, and I'd only just read the blurb just before I started this, so I felt like I knew everything that was going to happen anyway, so that's why I knocked a star off, but it's absolutely fantastic. It's the first, I want to say in a series, but there's actually only going to be 1 more, so there'll only be 2. And it's about Ava. This is Ava, and she is in this society where there's a virus that's taking over. So they do a raffle to select so many people to go into the pods for a year. And what you're sort of waiting to see what's going to happen after they come out of the pods, and there's like these zombie type creatures because the virus has mutated. If you like dystopia, this is a fantastic one to read. If you like zombies, this is a fantastic book for you. I absolutely loved it, and the review is up on my blog now. The last hard copy book I have to show you is Sweet Peril by Wendy Higgins. I gave this book 5 stars. It's the 2nd book in the Sweet trilogy, and I absolutely loved it. I read Sweet Evil a while back, I think it was last year when it first came out, and I absolutely adored it, and I've been waiting for this book to come out, and it was not a disappointment. I was really quite worried because usually I have sort of middle book syndrome, as I call it, which is where the middle book on a trilogy just isn't quite as good. It's not as good as the first one, and it's just sort of building up to what's going to happen in the 3rd one. I didn't find this with this book at all. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. I loved it more than the first one, so I'm dying for the 3rd one, which I believe is Sweet Reckoning, and that comes out next year, so I gave that one 5 stars. It's one of my favourites. The paperback book that I read but has been sent off, so I don't have to show you, is Triangles by Kimberly Ann Miller, and I gave that one 3 stars. I enjoyed Triangles. It was a very unique, very good story. I thought the storyline was very, very strong, but what took away from the book for me was that I hated the character. She was such a bitch. Everything she did, how she treated everyone, just made me hate her. By the end she gets better, so I really enjoyed it by the end, but I think because I hated the main character so much, it sort of took away from my overall enjoyment of the book. So that one got 3 stars. So the ebooks that I read this month, I read Dazed and Befuddled by Elle Strauss. and I gave this book 4 stars. I really enjoyed this series. It's the 4th or 5th, I'm not sure which one, of the Love Tink series, and this is a series of novellas, and it's a twist on Peter Pan. The majority of them are told from Tinkerbell's point of view, but one of them, the one previously, Peter Pirelli, I think it was called, that was from Peter's point of view. I love this series, it's fantastic. I love Peter Pan, I love Tinkerbell, so this series was just a perfect series for me, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens in the next one, which will be the final one of the series. The next ebook I got doesn't actually have a cover yet, so I can't show you that, and it was Switch by Janelle Stalder, which is the first in the New World series. It's due out in August, I believe. I beta read that for Janelle, and it's a new adult dystopia. Absolutely loved it. It was fantastic. I really didn't even have that much feedback for her on how to make it better, because all of it was pretty much perfect, but definitely keep an eye out on my blog, because I'll be posting quite a lot about it as it's coming up to the release, because I absolutely adored it. The next one was Juilliard or Else by Nicole Reese. This was a new adult contemporary, and it was about a girl who was a ballerina, and she was going to Juilliard, and she sort of mixed with Tucker, who's the typical bad boy, and sort of everyone's playing against them for them to be together. I absolutely loved it. I gave it 5 stars. There were some things that got me while I was reading it that bugged me a little bit, which was a lot of the kissing scenes were very, very repetitive, and he sort of said the same thing each time, and that really annoyed me, because it was just getting so repetitive that every time that there was a kissing scene I felt like I could skip over it, because I knew what it was going to say. But by the end, the story was just so strong, the characters were brilliant, that I just had to give it 5 stars. I absolutely loved it, so it's definitely worth checking out. Next one I got was Faking It by Cora Carmack, and I gave this one 5 stars. I loved it. It's no surprise to most people who follow my blog that I'm a massive fan of Cora. I loved her debut, which was Losing It, so I couldn't wait for Faking It to see Cade's story, and I thought it was even better. It's a new adult contemporary again, and I absolutely adored it. I actually think I like Faking It and Cade's story more than Losing It. I just loved it. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. And the last book I read this month was Obsession by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and I gave this one 5 stars again. That's no surprise to everyone. I absolutely adore Jennifer. Everybody knows that. She's my hero. She is just the best author ever in the entire world to me. I love her. Obsession is an adult sci-fi paranormal, sort of a companion to the young adult Lux series. So it's set in the series of Lux, but it's different characters, older characters, and it's actually about an Aram. I thought it was amazing, and I actually loved the Aram. I never thought I'd ever say more than I loved Damon. So it was fantastic, and without a doubt, Obsession is my favourite book of the month. So that's all I read this month. But what I am currently reading now is Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas, which is the second in the Throne of Glass series. So I'm really looking forward to getting into that, and I don't really have books planned like I used to do. This is what I'm planning on reading in the next month, but at the minute I'm just reading whatever I feel like at the time. So I'll just do one next month to say what I read in this month. Thanks for watching. Bye!